Well, hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the Fabled Lands. This is an outrageously big day for me. What a game to just creep up and suddenly exist. People probably don't know what Fabled Lands is. It's super niche. It was a game book series when I was a kid growing up, and this is very near and dear to my heart. It was so rare to find them. I managed to collect a whole bunch of them in the end. I think I probably got 6 of the books, and perhaps it was supposed to be 12, but then they only printed 8 or something like that. Oh, it was very, very niche. And I loved fighting fantasy, you know, all the Steve Jackson, Ian Livingstone books, those sort of things. I lived for those choose your own adventure, RPG, almost D&D type games. And this one was, we can see down here, Dave Morris and Jamie Thompson created them. So the big deal with these is that they were very much an open world RPG as opposed to a very linear narrative. If you had the first book, you sort of started on the east coast of a continent / a small island as like a tutorial island. You made your character, you did the normal stuff, but as opposed to sort of being a lot more, I don't know, you're in a mansion and you're exploring, do you go down these doors or do you go down to the basement? Like, it is still kind of narrow in scope. This was almost geolocated, like, do you want to go north or south or off the road to the east? And you could find yourself wandering around in random plains, going into towns, exploring dungeons, that sort of stuff. It was so ahead of its time for a choose your own adventure sort of game book. I love these. I cannot overstate it. They were so good and, like, no pressure on the game. But for better or worse, I'm glad they're giving it a go. And it was the sort of thing that if you came up to the boundary of the territory, you could cross over to the corresponding entry in the next book. So I think book 2 was further inland. I know book 3 was south and it was like islands, and you could buy ships, different sizes of ships, and crew them and go exploring. You could buy player property, you know, or stay at an inn, that sort of thing. So you could trade goods if you really wanted, that sort of thing. And I think North was like book 5, Frozen Wastes or something. Oh my god. Anyway, my mind's being blown right now. The beloved Fabled Lands series, blah blah blah. Steam on the Twitter. Yep, okay, extremely proud to deliver this version of that contains the War-Torn Kingdom and the Plains of Howling Darkness. So that's books 1 and 2, I believe. This is awesome. Thanks, Victor. Let's have a look. War-Torn Kingdom was the first book, 100%. Okay, let's see how we go. Oh, I like this dude immediately. All right, give your hero a name, change their appearance, and select one of their 6 professions. I've gotcha. All right, so we've got the warrior, mage, priest, rogue, wayfarer. Would be the next one be like a troubadour or something like that. Oh, the memory. Now, young Scarlet, who was well into his charisma and smooth talking. These days I've embraced that I've turned into a brute with a big ugly bloody square head. But I was way more into this sort of stuff, into like bards and things like that. These days, I look a lot more like this bloke. And I think I can behave a lot more like that guy. Let's do it. You seek fame through adventure and the glory of battle. You left your homeland when an extended outbreak of peace made your skills redundant there. You are blunt and outspoken, but scrupulously follow the warrior's code. You know the Merchants Guild in Yellowport needs assistance. Yellowport, oh my goodness. The memories. Andriel, no, we need a much more appropriate name. Gronk, I think seems about right. Male and female. Oh, there you go. We can do that. That's cool. Offense, none taken. What do we got here? Tactical assessment and stunning blow. Iron Man difficulty. Recommended for the best experience once you've learned the game. Yeah, let's stay away from that. The dev did give me a heads up that this game's very difficult, which is cool because it was never about you being the chosen one bloody hero or anything like that. At least the books. That's what I enjoy when I do play a sort of more open world games. I like just being a nobody that's trying to make his way. I don't like to be bloody God's chosen warrior that has all the things going right for him. I enjoy the trials and tribulations of hard times. Anyway, exploration. Welcome to Fabled Lands. Read through the text and make a choice to progress the story. Okay. Gronk, rank 1 warrior. Here we go. Can I? All right, hang on, we'll get to that in a minute. Just stop touching things, Scarlet, calm down. The Isle of Druids. The approach of dawn has turned the sky a milky grey-green, like jade. The sea is a luminous pane of silver. Holding the tiller of your sailing boat, you keep your gaze fixed on the glittering constellation known as the Spider. It marks the north, and by keeping it to port, you know you are still on course. The sun appears in a trembling burst of red fire at the rim of the world. Slowly, the chill of night gives way to brazen warmth. You lick your parched lips. There is little water sloshing in the bottom of the barrel by your feet, but not enough to see you through the day. I remember this! Sealed in a scroll case tucked into your jerkin is the parchment map your grandfather gave you on his deathbed. You remember his stirring tales of far-off sea voyages, of kingdoms beyond the western horizon, of sorcerous islands and ruined palaces filled with treasure. As a child, you dreamed of nothing else but the magical quests that were in store if you too became an adventurer. You never expected to die in an open boat before your adventures begin. That's so cool. Let's continue. Okay, yep, okay, and we just scroll down a bit. I see. Securing the tiller, you unroll the map and study it again. I'm gonna just take a punt in the dark. Let me think, like, do seagulls give away that land's there and maybe a seagull poops on the map? I don't know, this could be a stretch. I could be misremembering something from somewhere else. You hardly need to. Every detail is etched into your memory by now. According to your reckoning, you should have reached the east coast of Harkoona, the great northern continent, days ago. A pasty grey blob spatters onto your map. These are memories from like 20 years ago. Oh my god. After a moment of stunned surprise, you look up and curse the seagulls circling directly overhead. Then it strikes you. Where there's a seagull, there may be land. You leap to your feet and scan the horizon. Sure enough, a line of white cliffs lie a league to the north. Have you been sailing along the coast all this time without realizing the mainland was so close? Well, possibly, I suppose. Steering toward the cliffs, you feel the boat judder against the waves. A howling wind whips plumes of spindrift across the sea. Breakers pound the high cliffs. The tiller is yanked out of your hands. The little boat is spun around out of control and goes plunging in towards the coast. You leap clear at the last second. There is the snap of timber, the roaring crescendo of the waves, and then the silence as you go under. Striking out wildly, you try to swim clear of the razor-sharp rocks. For a while, the undertow threatens to drag you down. Then suddenly a wave catches you and flings you contemptuously up onto the beach. Battered and bedraggled, you lie gasping for breath until you hear someone walking along the shore towards you. Wary of danger, you lose no time getting to your feet. Confronting you is an old man clad in a dirty loincloth. His eyes have a feverish bright look that is suggestive of either a mystic or a madman. It's time to begin your adventure. Well, 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 what have we here, friends? Asked the old man. He seems to be talking to someone next to him, although you are certain that he is alone. Looks like a washed-up adventurer to me, he says in an answer to his own question, all wet and out of luck. He carries on having a conversation that quickly turns into a heated debate. He is clearly quite mad. Excuse me, you shout above the hubbub in an attempt to grab the old man's attention. He stops and stares at you. Is this the Isle of Druids, you ask impatiently. Well, indeed it is, says the old man. I see that you are far from a far land, or that you are from a far land, so it is up to me to welcome you to Harkoona. But I think you may have much to do here, as it is written in the stars that someone like you would come. Your destiny awaits you. Follow me, young adventurer. The old man turns smartly about and begins walking up a path towards some hills. You can just see some sort of monolithic stone structure atop one of them. Follow him, scour the remnants washed ashore, or explore the island on your own. Oh, I don't know, let's follow him, let's see what's going on. During your short trip upwards, the old man regales you with tales of your destiny and fate, continuously arguing with himself as he does so. Make a move. Okay. Exploration. Click on any of the available map locations in order to move your character. So here we are. No, I want... what's this? Exploration. This is the skill screen. Okay. Passive skill. Yep, that's fine. Map. Oh, here we go. We're over here. Sokara. This is the main book. There's Yellowport. The Violet Ocean. There's book 3 down here. Endless Plains, Golnir. I think that's book 2. This must be book 4, I suppose. And I think book 5 is this up here. The Spine of Harkoon. Yes. Oh my god. And all this over here. I did get into 6, but that was sort of towards the... Maybe that's 6 or that's 6, something like that. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, goodness me. Okay, cool. So can I move the map around? I can drag it around. Right. It seems that I have to click on the obsidian stones. Make a move. Here we go. Okay, well, let's do that. Off we go. That must be the monolith that we saw. You reach a hill covered with a circle of large obsidian standing stones. Despite the bitter wind that blows across these hills, the stones are unweathered and seem almost newly lain. Here are the gates of the world, says the old man. Oh, this is a mad old man. The stones are laid in such a way that they form 3 archways, each carven with mystical symbols and runes of power. Each gate will take you to a part of the world of Harkoona, though I know not where, explains the old man. Abruptly, he turns around and sets off down the hill, babbling to himself. His voice fades as he descends the hill, leaving you alone with the brooding stones and the howling wind. There are 3 stone gates engraved with ancient ruins. Each gate is marked with a name. Yellowport, Marlock City, which I think is like some wizard city, maybe? And Wishport. From here, you can see coast and the whole island, which is heavily forested. Step through one of the archways. Now, I don't really want to... Now, I believe they'll take me to different books, but there's clearly only 2 books. I think Wishport might be book 2 and Yellowport's still book 1. So, explore the island further. Let's go. I want to see around the island. Let's go. You decide to explore the island further and ponder where to go next. You have a clear view from the top of the hill of the northern parts of the island, and you notice a previously unknown to you road that snakes along the cliff tops. So we've got the coastal road, coastline, forest. Let's hit the coastal road. That sounds cool. You are on the coastal road that snakes along the wind-swept cliff tops in the north of the Isle of Druids. Roll dice. Hey, I got a 6. Okay, what's this? You meet a militia patrol. A troop of militiamen comes marching along the road. A burly man of arms with wild hair is leading the column, a wicked flail in one hand and a shield adorned with a black boar in the other. Seeing you, he stops and waves his men to a halt. His little eyes squint at you from beneath the bushy brows, and, it seems to you, his fat nose wriggles for a moment, as if sniffing the air. Ah, my mistake, the man finally grumbles. Thought you might be one of them poachers infesting these woods. Lousy, murdering lot they are, but you don't look the part. Keep your eyes peeled on the road, traveller. The militiamen continue on their patrol, and soon you are alone on the road again. Okay, bit of information there. There's poachers in the forest and that sort of thing. So we can head back to the obsidian stones. Can I make my way down to the coastline from here? I can. That's cool beans. You make your way around the coast. The interior of the island appears to be heavily forested. After a while, however, you come to a bay in which a couple of ships are anchored. A small settlement nestles on the beach. Okay. Trading post. Let's get in there. Let's have a look. Exploration. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Very good. Gotcha. Oh, I can click on all these different... Oh, that's cool. The trading post, or Isle of Druids, you're still... Yeah, okay. The trading post is a small village set up here by enterprising settlers from the mainland. Its main export appears to be furs from the forest. Okay. The mayor, a fat, genial fellow who greets you personally, insists that one day the trading post will be a thriving town. There is not a lot here yet, however. A small market, a quay, the settlers' houses, and a shrine to Lacuna the Huntress, goddess of nature. God, I even remember that. But like, this is not something that I think about or have thought about in bloody decades. Oh, holy heck. So we can go to the quayside, we can explore the inn. Now, what's explore look like? Like just wandering the town, perhaps? Wandering around the tiny settlement is uneventful. There is nothing much for you to see. Oh, okay. The temple, the inn, house, stash, market. Well, we probably don't have a house stash because we don't have a house. Gotcha. Inn stash. Well, I don't even have anything, so there's that as well. Market. Let's go to the inn. They're always interesting. The Green Man Inn costs you 1 shard a day. Each day you spend here, you can recover 1 stamina point if injured, up to the limit of your normal unwounded stamina score. Okay. That wasn't as interesting as I thought it would be. Maybe the market. Look at this. Holy heck. Items in stock. Wowee. I only have 16 shards though, so there's not really much damage I can do here. I could buy a mandolin though. That's pretty cool. First instrument I learnt to play. There you go. House stash, market, temple. How about the temple? You want to see how the divine is represented in this settlement. Shrine of Lacuna, the Shrine of Nagil. Well, let's go to the Shrine of Lacuna. The shrine is set in a wooded grove. Birds twitter in the trees and a deer darts away into the forest as you approach. A priestess is tending a low altar where food and drink has been laid out in honor of Lacuna, the goddess of the wilderness. She is the patron of hunters, trappers, woodsmen, and all those who seek oneness with nature. Become an initiate of Lacuna? Oh, I don't know about that. Renounce worship? Oh, let's not upset these gods, they could be real. Seek a blessing? Talk to the priestess. Let's have a chat with the priestess. The priestess, dressed in silken robes and wearing a wreath of oak leaves, says, I have need of an adventurer like yourself. For arcane reasons involving the secret mysteries of Lacuna, I need the tusk of a boar. A wereboar, in fact. Hunt down one and bring me its tusk. In return, I will teach you how to be a better scout. Yeah, all right, that sounds great. Let's do that. Quest, we've got a quest down the log, okay. Nice. Can we seek a blessing, perhaps? Is that something? If you're an initiate, it costs only 10 shards to purchase Lacuna's blessing. A non-initiate must pay 25. The scouting blessing works by allowing you to try again when you fail a scouting ability check. Oh, that's cool. I mean, look, I'm not necessarily going to commit to this god because, you know, let's just sort of see how it all plays out. All right. Leave the temple. Now, do I have a menu that I can save? Save campaign. I was warned that maybe saving is a sensible thing. Enter name, something sensible like that. I know I'm not the only person that saves their games that way. Right, okay. Queue for quest, it said. Easy, a sacred task. Okay. Oh, and I'll get +1 scouting. That's cool. Hunt down one and bring me the tusk. In return, I will teach you to be a better scout. That sounds pretty cool. Oh, hang on. What's going on here? Gotcha. Show world minimap. It's not showing me quest location. So we've got question marks up there on the coastal road. I mean, to me, it makes sense. Let's go into the forest. Let's go into the forest. Let's see what the combat plays out like in this game. Ability checks. Right. Cool. The trees are closely packed. I love the ambience. It's nice. I know this is adjacent to a visual novel, which I'm usually quite down on, but it's got exploration, dice rolls. It's actually got mechanics in it. I don't mind something that straddles the narrative gameplay line. That's fine. I just don't really love it when it's literally walls of text, clicking through, and no gameplay to speak of whatsoever. I thought I'd just put that in there because some of my detractors will come at me for this. And also, you've got to give me a little bit of nostalgia. The fact that this game exists and I happen to do this job and the stars have aligned here, this is phenomenal. The trees are closely packed, leaning together as if in conference. whispering quietly among themselves. Birds twitter in the distance, and slivers of sunlight lance down through the musty gloom. As you proceed along a forest track, you think you hear a rustling in the bushes. Later, you spot a shadowy figure darting through the trees. Or was it your imagination? An animal snuffling sound right behind you makes you spin around, but there's nothing there. Goodness me. Roll the dice. Let's go. Failure. 10. Odds. Okay, cool. Failed scouting check. Soon you realize you are completely lost in this strange and magical forest. You wander around for days, barely able to find enough food and water. You eventually stagger out of the forest to the coast. Oh, okay. Well, that's not ideal, is it? I guess I have to click over here. Okay, interesting. So, stamina 7 out of 9, not ideal. I'm not quite ready to throw in the goddess Lacuna or whatever it is. Let's head up to the coastal thing again, see what sort of random events await us. Attacked by highwaymen. You meet a militia patrol. Attacked by a werebore. Hang on. I like these odds. Let's go. You meet a militia patrol. Oh, we've done this dance before. A troop of militiamen come marching along the road. A burly man of arms with wild hair is leading the column. Yep, no, we saw that. The militiamen don't seem to even notice you, so you continue on your journey. Okay, so we might just have to keep bashing up against it. Let's click on the stones just to step through one of the archways. What happens if I do click on that, see what comes of it? See, we can't get through Wishport. Yeah, that's okay. Let's just go back. Explore this island further. Well, look, we're just gonna have to brute force the coastal road at this point because I want that werebore. That's not ideal. That's not ideal at all. Two brigands leap out from hiding and menace you with their swords. One is behind you and one is in front. Give it up, they advise. Money's not worth getting killed over. Hand over your cash, run off, or fight them. We're gonna have to fight them because I need to see what the combat's like. Oh, they have an accomplice in hiding who shoots you with an arrow. Jesus Christ. Look at that. The third brigand then leaps up to join his comrades. Oh, surrender and beg for... I'm going to continue the fight and we're probably going to lose because I want to see what combat looks like. Because, you know, we might only have this video. Okay. Gotcha. Fight. You prepare to teach those brigands some manners? I'm going to get my head fisted. Look at them. They look pretty cool. Combat. Okay. Yep. Order of portraits from left to right determines turn order. Yeah. Left click on a ground hex to move. Once an enemy is in range, indicated red, left click on it to attack. Remember to keep an eye on your action points in the top left. Okay. Now what do we got here? Tactical assessment. Melee. Number of uses infinite. You're able to exploit their weaknesses, gaining +2 offense. The enemies will adapt in 3 rounds. Oh, I like that. That's cool. Oh, look, they only have low stamina themselves. What's this? Stunning blow. Rush forward in a straight line to any enemy within 4 range, hitting it for 50% max weapon damage and pushing it to adjacent unoccupied tile. The enemy is also stunned for 1 round. Oh, look at that. Okay, hang on. In turn, can I do this? I can't do that. Action points 4. Right, and I used 6. I understand now. Okay. Oh, I've got 1 health. That's not good. Combat. Now what's going on here? Defend costs 3 action points. Focus on defense, gaining +2 defense. Right. Attack. Disengage. Use item. How much damage do I do? I wonder. 3. Okay. I've got 2 more action points left. Not really enough to do much, is it? Oh, then I've turned into a headstone. Continue. That's fine. We suspected as much. Oh my goodness. Oh, here we go. They're letting me off the hook, probably because we're on a bit of a tutorial island. The brigands let you live. They take all your cash and, for good measure, also divest you of your possessions. You are left with scarcely a scrap of cloth to cover yourself. Next time, you'll know not to be so argumentative, says the leader of the brigands as they run off. Okay. Well, that's not good, is it? I have literally nothing. Did I even have a weapon before? I don't know. Offense. Chance of hitting an enemy. Damage 1 to 1. Yeah, okay. Dude, they kicked my shit in and I've got 0 shards. Oh goodness, how do we react? How do we recover from this? In temple, explore. I mean, I guess the key side we didn't look at. The key side at the trading post is a simple affair without the harbour facilities or shipwrights of the larger ports. There are no ships available to buy here, but if you already own a ship, you can buy and sell cargo. How cool is that, right? Furs. Nice. Average crew. Cool. Let's leave here. I mean, I need to be able to recover, which means I need some sort of money or something, right? You know what we could do? There was another... Well, let's go to the forest. I can't go back in the town. There was another temple I could talk to. Failed scouting check. Lose 2 stamina. Wait, is this going to kill me? You are dead since you do not have a resurrection deal. An unfortunate end to your adventures. Brutal. Hang on, so we did save back here before things went particularly sideways. This is great, man. Okay, cool. Do I have the quest? Let's just double check. Recognizes you and welcomes you. She offers you the usual services. Thank you. Leave the temple. We might have to become an initiate just to get that blessing. Visit the temple of Nagil. Nagil is the lord of the lands of the dead, and his temple in the trading post is covered in friezes and gargoyles of ornate design, depicting the souls of the dead on their journey to the underworld. Inside it is cool and dark, hung with black velvet drapes. A scroll tacked on the wall reads, "Wanted. Person of unusual resourcefulness, Sea Temple Warden." Make resurrection arrangements? Tell me about that, actually. 600 bucks! Resurrection costs 200 shards if you're an initiate, or 600 if not. It is the last word in insurance. Once you have arranged for resurrection, you need not fear death, as you will be magically restored to life. You have only one resurrection arranged at any one time. If you arrange resurrection later, the original is cancelled, and you do not get a refund. Okay, presumably you come back naked as well. Interesting. Visit the Warden. The Warden is in charge of security. We have had an unfortunate accident, he says worriedly. In the crypt below the temple, we sometimes experiment with the corpses of the dead. Yeah, you know, the occasional zombie, part of the rituals in honor of the particular aspect of Nagil we revere here. Okay, he seems casual about it. It seems a ghoul has escaped from these pits and is terrorizing the villagers at night, and we'd rather someone like you sorted the problem out before the militia got to hear of it. Destroy it and bring me the ghoul's head. Yeah, alright, sure. Let's go. Leave temple? Search for it at night, says the Warden as you leave. Okay. Okay. Well, now what is this? Explore? What is... Now, I saw on the map, powerful adversary. Oh. Oh, the ghoul is hard. Okay, so I think if I explore there, I can trigger the ghoul event. No, that's alright. Let's go down to the forest. See what's going on here. Successful scouting check, failed scouting check. Let's fail at 3 for 3. Come on. God damn it. Make a move. Stagger back out. Coastline. I can't seem to get any further south without my scouting not sucking. Alright, so we've got a couple more options. We could attempt the coastal road, those Those dudes are a big problem, you know? I think honestly, because I don't really want to just keep brute forcing the situation, you know? That's an option, obviously, but, you know, there are things available to us. For example, we could go to Yellowport. You step through the archway. Immediately, the symbols on the stone begin to glow with red-hot energy. Your hair stands on end and your body tingles. A cracking nimbus of blue-white force engulfs you. The skies darken and thunder and lightning crash and leap across the heavens. Suddenly, your vision fades and everything goes black. When your sight returns. Sokara. When your sight returns, you find yourself at the gates of a large city, set on an ochre-coloured river. A vile stink of brimstone permeates the air. You wrinkle your face up in disgust and gag involuntarily, I suppose. Welcome to Yellowport, says a passing merchant. Here we go. Yellowport is the second largest city in Sokara. It is mainly a trading town and is known for its exotic goods from distant Anok Canoe, way to the south. The stinking river brings rich deposits of sulfur from the lake of the Sea Dragon down to the town, where it is extracted and stored in the large waterfront houses run by the Merchants Guild. From here, the mineral is exported all over Harkoona. Unfortunately, all that sulfur has its drawbacks. The stink is abominable, and much of the city has a yellowish hue. The river is so full of sulfur that it is virtually useless as a source of food or of drinking water. However, the demand for sulfur, especially from the sorceress guilds, is great. How unusual. Politically, much has changed in the past few years. The old and corrupt king of Sokara, Corrin VII, has been deposed and executed in a military coup. General Grieve Marlock and the army now control Sokara. The old council of Yellowport has been indefinitely dissolved, and a provost marshal, Marlos Marlock, the general's brother, appointed as military governor of the town. To leave Yellowport by sea, buy or sell ships and cargo, and go to the harbour master. Dude, look at this. Lots of temples. Go see the provost. Crazy. This is pretty cool. Nice. Can I save from here? Well, can I click back on? Oh, I can. That's exciting. And look at this. All sorts of places that we can go and go for a wander. Nice. Oh, what's that? Venefax. And that's the river with the yellow sulfur. And for reference, the island... Oh, we're sort of locked to this screen. But you can see there's Yellowport, and there's the island that we came from. So cool. My God. Like I said, I don't do nostalgia very often, and this is a bit unusual because it's not nostalgia for a video game. But this world is just coming flooding back to me. Obviously, I can't be 100% like objective about this. I have my biases. I love this, but I think it's serviceable for sure. I guess maybe like we are just moving around in a relatively smallish world map. It might come across as thin by maybe gaming standards, but I suppose the excuse that I would run here is this is a project of passion, basically converting something from 20 years ago or however long ago it is into a modern accessible setting. So, you know, it's not necessarily going to stand the test of time as far as depth of detail, perhaps, is one way of looking at it. But look, I'm loving it, and I'm sure there's an audience of people that would love this, even if they've never heard of Fabled Lands before. What a treat. That was wonderful to have a look at this. Anyway, team, thanks again for joining me. We might just leave it there for the time being, and I will catch you guys on the next one.